show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, recently arrest footage of Lil Reese being taken to jail has surfaced on social media. Of course, shout out to Rack's Rarest. Like I told y'all before, y'all know they get all the mug shots, jail videos. I don't know how they do it, but they always get it when it comes to guys pertaining to the drill culture. And it was no different with drill rapper Lil Reese. Now it's kind of crazy because we just heard that Lil Reese received 5 years in prison due to his last charge that he got when allegedly he put his hands on his ex while they was out. The story goes that he seen her in a club. Y'all know how it goes when you see an old thing. You think you still got it, you try to flirt. When she deny you, or like they say, he became a little violent. That's when police was called. Of course, Lil Reese wasn't on the scene. A warrant was put out for his arrest. Lil Reese would turn himself in eventually, and in return, we would hear about a day or two ago that Lil Reese have been sentenced to 5 years in jail. Now, to be honest with y'all, y'all know how the system goes. Just because he got 5 years doesn't mean that he's going to do 5 years. 9 times out of 10, he'll probably do 3 years, maybe 2.5. That's usually how it goes when you get good time, and then he'll be back on the scene. But hopefully, Lil Reese learned his lesson because he haven't had such a good year when it comes to his personal life. Now, Lil Reese was doing his thing. He was gearing up to drop new music. He was putting out an album. We did hear that a lot of good things was going on for him musically, but it seems like every time he catch a wave, every time he gets some type of fire being put under him and people are starting to pay attention again, this happens. Now fast forward, this time we was able to see Lil Reese being arrested. Like I said, shout out to Rack's Rarest. We already did a video on it, so if y'all want to see the footage, I'm gonna leave a link pinned in the comments so y'all can check that video out there. But as for now, a lot of people was accusing Lil Reese's baby mother of being the reason why he's behind bars. Now granted, you know, it's a double entendre, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because some saying that she shouldn't have called the cops, some saying that the reason why he's in jail right now is because she called the cops knowing that he had an order of protection against him, right? Because they got whatever toxic thing that they got going on. And you know, once you call the cops, as soon as an order of protection is issued, it's pretty much out of the girl's hands or the guy's hands, whoever called the cops, and is now in the police hands. Now, if you watch the video, you could tell her and Lil Reese got some type of toxic thing going on because she's saying that she want to leave, or he told her to leave. He's saying that he don't want her to leave because he was just saying that. And then the whole purpose of her calling the cops was to be escorted out for her safety. But while everything was going on and he ended up getting arrested, she never left, right? So everything could have been avoided if they would have talked. But then again, once again, like I said, it's a double entendre because we don't know what happens behind the scenes. In the video, you can hear the cop saying that he already been there before and he locked Lil Reese up before. And the last time he came, he allegedly put his hands on the girl. So maybe this is a reoccurring thing. So we don't know what happens behind the scenes or what made her fear for her life to get the cops involved. However, she issued a statement via Instagram and she let it be known that she's not the reason he's in jail. It's a lot more to it. So we're going to get into all that, but before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you're not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Now, after the video of Lil Reese getting arrested made his rounds all over social media, users automatically began blaming Reese's baby mother for the reason why he was locked up in the first place back in June of this year. One user would say, quote, his BM stay getting him jammed. Another user would say, quote, so she called him, they came, now is why he in handcuffs. The last user would say, quote, never deal with a woman who called the law on you under any circumstance. Now in the video, it's made clear that she called the cops, but when they arrived and Reese was arrested, she began explaining to the officer that she didn't want him to go to jail and that wasn't her intentions. However, it was already too late because according to the DA, when the officer called to confirm, Lil Reese had an order of protection against him where he wasn't able to go to the property. Lil Reese and his baby mother would tell the officer that she recently dropped the order of protection. However, he was still taken to jail. Social media users feel that his baby mother should have never called the cops in the first place, especially being that they clearly was just being toxic and arguing, on top of knowing that he already has legal troubles going on. Reese's baby mother, who goes by the name Kai Money, would take to her Instagram account to respond to the backlash via IG story because she wanted to clear the air. She would take to her first slide to say, quote, "That video don't even show 5% of the ish that went on in that house. So get y'all dirty, broke ass out my comments. If you think he only went to jail for that week ad police call, you slow. Good day." The next slide will say, quote, "Free you though." And she put the little emoji that makes the heart with the hands. Now in the next slide, she will also say, quote, "And he ain't doing 5 years." Now in the last slide, she will actually repost comments from Twitter where people was talking about the situation and saying that basically she was a victim of domestic violence before and she just called the cops because she didn't want anything to get out of hand and it to go left and he may have put his hands on her again. One person would say, quote, "Once the law comes to play with a PFA order, it's in the court's hands, especially since everything is being recorded. God forbid they let him go and he assaulted her after they left. Damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation." The next person would say, quote, "I don't think people understand the seriousness of domestic violence. At one point, an act took place which made her get the PFA order. Yes, he didn't do anything at that moment. It's still a stay away order. She called because she feared something possibly could happen." And then she would caption that saying, "Moral of the story." Now, I do think she's playing two sides because I'm going to explain why. She does have a point because there are situations where they were lenient with protective orders and something ended up happening to the victim. And this is why a lot of times, even if you drop the protective order as a woman and you are a victim, the courts still proceed with it because they oftenly feel that the man probably coerced her into doing it or she just in her feelings. However, it don't stop the fact that initially she said that this man did something domestic to her, so they follow up on it. There's been a couple of cases where women file protective orders and then they drop it, but then after they drop it, they end up losing their life because the man ended up doing something to them, but at that point, it was out of the court's hands. Now in this case, she knows Lil Reese is already out on bond. She knows that him getting into police contact could jeopardize his freedom, so calling the cops shouldn't even be a thought. But, like we said in the last video, who knows what goes on behind the scenes? Especially knowing that Lil Reese have been charged with other DV cases in the past. So it's really damn if you do, damn if you don't, because I may not want to call the cops, but then again, that's probably the only way I can assure that I'm safe, right? As bad as that sounds. But I personally feel they both toxic. They too grown to be going through this. Plus they have a child together. On top of that, this isn't their first time going through this. I'm just surprised at Lil Reese because honestly, once you dealing with someone and they call the cops and get the law involved, that's it. That's a deal breaker, even from the first time she did it, right? The first time she got that protective order, that would have been it. Simple as that, you know? But not to mention, he's a public figure, man. He got a lot going on, and these type of charges can definitely damage someone's career. You know, but once again, you can't just blame her because we don't really know what goes on between them. As you can see, she says that other things went on in that house. And that's the side of the situation that we don't know. But whatever they got going on, man, they need to just get it together for the sake of the child because that's who's affected by all this the most. Right? So it is what it is, man. Free Lil Reese. Hopefully he used this time to reflect and make some changes before he get out. And when he do, just move a little smarter, move a little differently, change up. I know it's kind of hard because that's the mother of your child. You have to deal with her. But if he keeps going to jail because of her, something got to be done, man. You can't do the same thing and expect different results. Simple as that. All right, so free Lil Reese, like I said, man. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, As long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out.